Sport Tit Bits coming through your listening pleasure. And on the program this morning, we'll be giving you topical stories from the ever-exciting world of sports. My name is Oluyole. Lest I forget, we are live from Oluyole 98.5 FM, the champion star, the mother station in the Asian city of Ibadan. We are also live on Okeogun 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. Special hello to listeners on that belt. You can hop onto Facebook and watch us on the Facebook stream. 2 channels simultaneously where you can watch us on Oluyole 98.5 FM and Oluyole 98.5 FM. Drop your comments on the Facebook stream. Let us know where you're listening from. I'll be giving you a shout out on the program this morning. You could also catch us on YouTube, Oluyole 98.5 FM. You could also drop your comments on the live stream right there. Once again, my name is Oluyole, reporting for duty. You could make the microphone yours and have your say by calling these 2 numbers on 070-555-1985, 070-555-1985. We could also call 080-5500-9850. And without further ado, I will start with the first story on the menu this morning. And this story takes us to the doorstep of the National Sports Commission, that's the NSC, and also the Lagos State Sports Commission, because right now the Lagos State Sports Commission and the University of Lagos, that's UNILAG, have commenced high-level discussions as Lagos State intensifies preparations to host the 2026 National Intermediate Games for under-18 athletes. And the esteemed delegation from the Lagos State Sports Commission, led by Director General Mr. Lekon Fatudu, was received by the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development Services, Professor Oluyole, at the Senate building of the institution. I was ushered into his office, where both teams are comprising of senior officials of the Lagos State Sports Commission and members of the UNILAG Sport Council engaged in high-level discussions, underscoring a shared commitment in delivering a world-class sporting event which aligns with excellence in sports development. Remember, Lagos State has successfully hosted several high-profile sporting events in recent years that have drawn athletes from various parts of the world, including the Game X, the Festival of Table Tennis, the African Senior Fencing Championship, the Zen Archery Lagos International Open, the African School Games, and many others. And this meeting held by the LSSC, that's the Lagos State Sports Commission, and the UNILAG Sport Council concluded with a resolve to establish joint working teams and timeliness to ensure seamless coordination ahead of the games. Well, we wish both our contingents all the best as we prepare for the maiden National Intermediate Games. From there we move straight to football, and we'll start with domestic football stories, where Patrick Bassi, he has been unveiled as the new technical advisor of Nigeria National League NNL side, the Yobe Desert Stars. Yobe Desert Stars unveiled the new tactician in a brief ceremony at their headquarters. Bassi managed Ranches Bees at the start of the 2025-2026 NNL season, and he left the Kaduna-based club after just 3 games into the season. Bassi cited interference from the club's hierarchy for his decision to resign from the post. The Yobe Desert Stars are currently 6th on the NNL Conference D table with 9 points. Still giving you sports stories, but right now from athletics, where the Confederation of African Athletics, that's the CAA, has released the qualification standards for the 24th African Senior Athletics Championship, setting clear benchmarks for athletes aiming to compete at the Continental Showpiece in Accra, Ghana. And in the qualification documents seen yesterday, Wednesday, it has now outlined the entry marks across track, field, and combined events for both men and women ahead of the championship, scheduled to take place at the University of Ghana Stadium, Legon, May 12th to 17th this year, 2026. And in the sprint, male athletes will need to run 10.20 seconds in the 100 meters and 2100 seconds in the 200 meters, while the corresponding women's standards are 11.70 seconds and 2400 seconds respectively. The 400 meters qualification times have been set for 46.50 seconds for men and 54.60 seconds for women. Middle distance and long distance runners must meet marks as 1 hour 47 minutes 30 seconds in the men's 800. I beg your pardon. 1 minute 47 seconds in the men's 800 meters and 3 minutes 39 seconds in the men's 1500 meters and 13 minutes 30 seconds in the 5000 meters, with the women required to run 2 minutes 06 seconds and 4 minutes 21 and 16:81 seconds in those event. A field event standards are set at 7.80 meters in the men's long jump and 6.14 meters in the women's 2.12 meters and in the men's high jump, and 1.7 meters for women, while the men's javelin qualifying mark has been fixed at 69 meters compared to 49 meters for the women. So there's a whole lot of numbers, there's a whole lot of figures set by the Confederation of African Football, Confederation of African Athletics, I must say. I wait to see how the respective athletes will meet these new standards. So moving on, we move straight to today's AFCON Morocco 2025 update. Right now, ahead of the commencement of the quarterfinals, the last 8 of the 35th Total Energies African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Well, games will start from tomorrow, Friday, all through Saturday. And for the camp of Nigeria Super Eagles, 3-time African champions. Well, according to a statement from the Confederation of African Football, the city of Marrakesh is set for a war like no other. That was the statement from the NFF's Director of Communication Ademola Olajire as he sent that statement. A statement of intent ahead of the Super Eagles who are intensifying training ahead of their Saturday kickoff against the Desert Foxes of Algeria. Well, Saturday's third quarterfinal of the 35th African Cup of Nations is certainly the peak of the last 8 clashes as the Super Eagles and the Phoenix of Algeria clash for the 23rd time at senior level since their first encounter at the second All-African Games in Lagos 55 years ago. And games between both teams over the past 5.5 decades have been laced with thrills, shocking scorelines, drama, endgame flips, stunning comebacks, and awesome performances by star players and a little bit of infamy. And the encounter in Marrakesh will be the 10th time that both countries will clash at Africa's biggest championship, with Nigeria having won only 3 of the previous 9 duels, while Algeria have boasted 4 and the other 2 have ended in draws. One stalemate in the infamous clash in Bouake in 1984, where both teams were suspected to have reached an accord to play a scoreless draw in order to have both teams qualify for the semi-finals and get cup holders eliminated. Ghana eliminated is still high in the memory of others. Also, when Nigeria had tasted its first continental glory in 1980, Nigeria had to defeat Algeria to win their very first AFCON on home soil. 10 years later, Algeria defeated Nigeria to win their very first AFCON, also on home soil. And Marrakesh, the 4th largest city in Morocco, is set to host a massive showdown that will be created in its own story. So now let's take a look at the give and go between both our countries. On the 10th of October 1981, we saw Nigeria versus Algeria and the high-stakes confrontation between both sides in the FIFA World Cup qualifying series saw a shocking defeat of then reigning African champions Nigeria by Algeria in the city of Lagos. That was on the 10th of October 1981. And before the match, a couple of decisions by the then Nigeria Football Association, now known as the NFF, so a couple of retired players are brought back to the team, creating a discontent and disharmony, and Algeria will eventually run out 2-0 winners, and both goals were scored in the first half. Fast forward to the 30th of October 1981, where Algeria took on Nigeria in the city of Constantine. It was the Eagles that also lost by 1-2, and they crashed out of qualifying to the World Cup that took place in Spain, in España, 1982. Well, fast forward to 1993, Nigeria took on Algeria on the 3rd of July, and it was the visitors of Algeria that raced to an early lead through striker Abdelhafid Tafasort as Nigeria clawed back, starting with JJ Okocha's free kick and an imperious Rashidi Yekini display, which saw Nigeria run out 4-1 winners. And there has been a whole lot of a back and forth, but the most recent at the AFCON, which most Nigerians will remember, was that semi-final loss to Algeria in 2019 Egypt, when Egypt hosted back then. 1-0, all thanks to Riyad Mahrez strike deeper in the second half. Well, I'll be giving you details of more clashes between Nigeria and Algeria, but first we'll go for this commercial break, and when we return, we will be right back.
Kọ́wa ká máa ka yọjú orí wa ká lè fi ọkàn wa sí ipa ọgbọ́n. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run fún ẹ̀bùn ọjọ́ ìbí tó fún bàbá wa Evangelist Williams Olúkúnmi Ọládẹ̀jọ tí wọ́n pé 80 ọdún 80 years, àti màmá wa ìyáàfin Olúbísí Ọládẹ̀jọ tí wọ́n pé ọdún 75 years lókè èèpẹ̀. Àgbàládùúrà pé Ọlọ́run yóò túbọ̀ máa wà pẹ̀lú yín, ó túbọ̀ dàgbà, ẹ ó dògbó, ẹ jẹun ọmọ pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́, ẹ fọwọ́ pawú fèrègì jobi nínú ayọ̀ àti nínú okun pípé. A ó ṣe ìsìn ìdúpẹ́ ọjọ́ ìbí bàbá wa Evangelist Williams Olúkúnmi Ọládẹ̀jọ àti màmá wa arábìnrin Emily Olúbísí Ọládẹ̀jọ nínú ìjọ Bishop Oyèbọ̀dé Memorial Anglican Church ọ̀rẹ́ méjì Agúgù nílùú Ìbàdàn ní ọjọ́ Sátidé ọjọ́ 10 oṣù kìíní ọdún yìí. Bàbá wa Evangelist Retired Sergeant Williams Olúkúnmi Ọládẹ̀jọ àti màmá wa ìyáàfin Emily Olúbísí Ọládẹ̀jọ lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ túbọ̀ jẹun ọmọ pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́, ẹ pẹ́ láyé kánrin kése. Bùsáyọ̀ Àjàyí ti iléeṣẹ́ BCOS lóní ká máa kí yín pé ẹ ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé.
Celebrate, we wish you happy birthday.
Well, welcome back from that commercial break. You're still listening to Sports Tit Bits right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Well, we're more or less previewing Nigeria's game against Algeria, or Algeria versus Nigeria, come Saturday. So Nigeria has had a storied encounters against the Desert Foxes of Algeria. But for Nigeria right now, in a bid to lift a 4th AFCON crown, they have to navigate a very dicey encounter come Saturday 5 p.m. Nigerian time, when they'll be facing Algeria in their quarterfinal fixture. And yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are reportedly considering going on strike. Yes, you heard that correctly, over the non-payment of AFCON bonus since the commencement of this tournament. But also another reporter said the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, has now started processing payment into individual bank account of players and officials. And the team is expected to jet out from the city of Fez to Marrakesh, where their game will be going down. And also in training yesterday, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen was spotted with the rest of the squad. It was also reported that Osimhen threatened to leave camp and return to his base in Turkey. Remember, the Galatasaray striker was involved in a bus stop on the pitch with teammate Ademola Lookman during the 4-0 win over Mozambique in the last 16 clash at the ongoing African Cup of Nations. And a day after the incident, the Nigeria Football Federation NFF insisted that the matter has been resolved internally and the team is focused on their quarter-final clash. And Osimhen was part of the squad who were in high spirits as they prepared for their next game against Algeria. And ahead of Saturday's game, the Confederation of African Football CAF has appointed Somali referee Umar Atana for the quarterfinal fixture between the Super Eagles and Algeria. And Atana is one of the referees selected for the 2026 FIFA World Cup and is widely regarded as one of the most respected referees on the continent. So wishing the Super Eagles of Nigeria all the best. And ahead of tomorrow's clash, the first clash of the quarterfinal between Senegal and Mali. The game set to kick off at 5 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The Grand Stade de Tanger in the city of Tanger. Well, the Lions of Teranga, they have played all 4 of their matches in the city of Tanger. And for Mali, they played 3 of their games in Casablanca, including 2 group games and their round of 16 clash with 1 group match in Rabat. And this is only the second meeting between Mali and Senegal at the AFCON finals. Their only previous encounter came at the 2004 edition during the group stage where they met in their final Group B match with the game ending 1-1 and Mali taking the lead through Jamal Traoré in the 34th minute before Senegal equalized through Abib Bear in the first half of stoppage time. And both teams they have progressed to the quarterfinals in 2004 when played together in Group B, with Mali finishing as group winners and Senegal runners-up ahead of the Arambi Stars of Kenya and the Stallions of Burkina Faso. So yes, tomorrow's clash would also be a tasty encounter, I must say. So we look ahead for games tomorrow. Trust us, we will always give you every bit of the ongoing Total Energies African Cup of Nations. Well, that brings an end to today's AFCON Morocco 2025 update. Tomorrow, we'll be bringing you a brand new edition of the AFCON update. So we move straight to other stories. Elsewhere on the continent, the Confederation of African Football has now announced the dates for the draw ceremony of the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations, that is WAFCON, with Morocco's capital Rabat set to host the draw on Thursday, the 15th of January 2026. 16 teams will participate in the competition for the first time as host Morocco and defending champion Nigeria among the teams that will be participating in the tournament. The other qualified teams are Algeria, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Mali, Senegal, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zambia. And the WAFCON 2026 finals will run from the 17th of March to the 3rd of April 2026. Moving straight to the English Premier League, some games went down yesterday in the English Premier League, and I'm sure they will have far-reaching consequences on the charge for who will become a champion of this season's English Premier League. But we'll first start at the Turf Moor, where Manchester United were denied victory in their first game since the sacking of head coach Ruben Amorim as relegation-threatened Burnley fought back to claim only their 3rd point in 12 games. The visitors, that is Manchester United, were on track to claim a comeback victory when striker Benjamin Šeško doubled his tally for the season with 2 goals in a 10-minute spell at the start of the second half, both thanks to precise first-time finishes. Aiden Evans' own goal had put Burnley in front at the break, just as it looked as though they were heading for yet another defeat after Šeško's goals. Jadon Anthony equalized, and that made it a frustrating night for interim boss Darren Fletcher, who dished Amorim's formation, including 3 central defenders and wing-backs, and saw his side carve out numerous chances. Matthias Cunha and Patrick Dogu both had goal-bound efforts cleared off the line, as Lisandro Martinez had a goal disallowed for a debatable push on ex-Manchester City defender Kyle Walker. Šeško wasted no chance. But didn't waste time in converting this brace of goals to put Manchester United ahead. But at the end of the day, it was Burnley who fought back and end a draw. Well, in the city of Manchester, Erling Haaland returned to scoring with his 150th Manchester City goal, but his side's Premier League title challenger is currently falling apart as Brighton held them off to a 3rd consecutive draw. Pep Guardiola's men have endured an underwhelming start to the year with poor results and injuries to key players, handing the initiative to Arsenal, who will be playing later tonight against Liverpool, as Arsenal could go potentially 8 points clear, that is if they have a maximum points against Liverpool later tonight. Well, it was Erling Haaland that opened the scoring in the 41st minute, all thanks to a penalty kick, but Kaoru Mitoma in the 60th minute tied the encounter and ensured the points were shared in the city of Manchester. And giving you a full result of games as it went down yesterday. At Tyneside, it was a 7-goal thriller. As Newcastle United defeated Leeds United 4-3. Burnley played a 2-2 draw with Manchester United. 10-man Everton played out a 1-1 draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Also, Manchester City won, Brighton won. AFC Bournemouth defeated Tottenham by 3-2 as Brentford in the city of London defeated Sunderland by 3-0 in another London derby. It was Fulham that ensured that Liam Rosselló, Chelsea, will be defeated by 2-1 as Marc Cucurella had himself sent off in the first minute. It was goalless between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. And one game will be going down later tonight in the city of London as Arsenal will be taking on Liverpool in the last kickoff of match day 21 of 38 in the English Premier League. I wait to see how all of that unfolds. Well, later tomorrow we'll be back here to give you details of this and many more in the world of sports. Well, I'll be dropping anchor right now. It's Thursday. Make the best of the day for yourself. My name is Toby Ajiwale, and keep on supporting sport. I'll see you tomorrow.
Má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀, ikán kì í tijú àmọ́lé, èèrà kì í tijú àńlànà, alápàǹdẹ̀dẹ̀ kì í tijú àńfòkiri ní gbangba. Má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀, bí kí ló bá ń kéré sowó, bí wọ́n sì gbà ọ́ pé kó gbálẹ̀ ọjà, bí ìránṣẹ́ ló sì jẹ́ lábẹ́ ìjọba, iṣẹ́ ẹni níṣẹ́ ẹni. Má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀, ọ̀bá àṣàgbẹ̀, ọba àṣàkọ̀wé, bó o jẹ́ nájà, bó o jó ní wóróbo, iṣẹ́ ẹni níṣẹ́ ẹni. Ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ kì í pa ni, àìṣe rẹ̀ gan-an làbùkù.
Wọ̀kùwọ̀kù lọ́rọ̀ ọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ láti kéde nílé akéde Tọ̀yọ́ ni. Ó nílò kó o ṣẹ̀ mọ́ dára rẹ̀ láàmú sọ pé òun wọkọ̀ bọ̀ wá sílé akéde lóríta Basọ̀rún nílùú Ìbàdàn mọ́. pàápàá jùlọ láti ṣe ìkéde yẹn polówó ọjà yẹn tàbí fi ohun tó sì yẹ tó àwọn aráàlú létí bóyá nípa àpàdé nípa àsọjí àbí nǹkan kan àbómi ìtẹ́bálẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ torí agbègbè àgbáyé kí ẹ náà tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe hàn wá 09158703300 lórí agbègbè kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ WhatsApp nọ́mbà ìkan náà mọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ stress free courtesy BCOS. You don't have to stress yourself coming down to Ile Akede Orita Basoro Ibadan again to make that announcement or place that advert. Book online, personal paid announcements, obituaries, or in memoriam, annual conventions, workshops, crusades, social diaries, inter-house sport competitions, musical shows or concerts, and other promotions. Very simple. Go online to book for transmission on BCS radio channels or BCS TV, or simply call 091 5870 3300 or WhatsApp on the same number 091 5870 3300. BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
ẹ ǹlẹ́ bàbá mi ẹ kú bójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹ dákun ẹbùn mi ní tí ń jẹ n ò jẹ nǹkan kan látòní.
alápámá ṣiṣẹ́ òkú ọ̀lẹ báárà kì í ṣohun àmúyangàn wáṣẹ́ gidi ṣe.
Oluyole FM.